Gary and Jeffrey really got to work on the Volvo this week, and I wanted to check in with them to see exactly how far you've come along. I see the wiring harnesses on the ground. Obviously, engine and suspension are gone, and I did film Jeffrey cutting away at the car. So where are we at with this thing?
Yeah, we're in the fun part, right? So we've been cutting the thing up, making clearance for a set of 315s in the back of this. The original plan was we were going to flare them and come out with the tires, but after really having a conversation with the customer and kind of getting his vision for the car, he really does want to retain kind of that 80s classic look to this thing and not go wide body. So only option left then is go inboard. First obvious part, there's no inner wheel tub anymore. As if this was a muscle car or anything else, a mini tub, kind of the same way. So take the tubs out, get them out in one piece so we can widen them and keep the stock appearance from inside the car, and then get it exposed down to the frame rail. We've got a big cross member we took out of the middle, fuel tanks obviously out of here. Kind of opened us up for some room for activities back here, as we like to say. There will be a cross member run about mid-car. We'll build a set of frame rails off of that. We will keep the stock floor pan in this. It's not a complete back half. But when we get those goodies from Cortex, including that cambered rear end, we're going to need a platform to really anchor that to the Watts length. We can step around to the other side. You can see we pulled the wheel liner out of it and did kind of a light roll on the lip, trying to determine exactly how much tire we can fit under the front of this thing, still be able to turn it, kind of where our ride height's going to be. Again, Cortex is providing us with one of their SLA kits for this. It's kind of their universal setup. So this will actually get a short, long arm front end in it. If you know what that means, you know this thing will turn some corners.
And what's cool, by the time it's all said and done, it will look relatively stock on the outside, especially a profile view, but you guys are going to get to see through the next couple of episodes just how much work goes into actually fitting everything and making it appear OE from the outside. Jeffrey's made a lot of progress on the 242, and I wanted to show you guys where we're at. You can see on the wheel tub that this has been metal worked. It looks really great. You almost can't tell that this has been expanded by about 4 inches or so. So that's gonna be going into the car eventually. I wanted to stop, check in, and just see where we're at. This is your first big project with us, so welcome to the team, I should say that. Yes, and it's a doozy of a project. We're cutting out a ton of stuff. Obviously the wheel wells. Can you kind of go over what we've done and what we're gonna do with this?
Yeah, so we started with essentially knowing that the customer wanted to run a big tire on it. And so what that looked like was we knew that we had to do a mini tub to get the tire he wanted fit in the first place. And that kind of led to, we went in and radiused the wheel wells. We've stretched one tub, and now we are basically drawing up our rear frame section that will incorporate not only the tub finish install, but also where we land our frame rails. So everything's mapped out, it's strong, it's lightweight, and it's structurally as good as we're gonna need for this car.
I saw you and Gary back there doing the digital designs. So if those are mostly done, what are kind of the next steps from there?
So right now, yes, we are taking basically my crude drawings and templates and stuff I've created to the profile of our floor pans. We're putting them into a computer, and we are going to use a program called Bentech to help us notch the 2x3 frame rail. And ultimately that's going to be hopefully our final product, but also our first prototype of fitment and making sure that our ideas work.
The next day.
Gary, I heard we had a special delivery. I was going to ask what it was, but it says right on the side of it. We don't know the specifics though. Last episode we did not reveal the engine that's going in Brian's Volvo, so I think this would probably be a good one after we reveal what the transmission is. So unbox it and give us the details.
As soon as I give you the brand on this, you'll probably know what engine is going in that Volvo. So this would be the Granis Racing Magnum T56.
Oh, that's what, yeah. That's what I'm looking for.
Don't know who Granis is. They held the world record for the fastest H-pattern Supra. They figured out how to make this tranny hold that kind of power and still work and function on a reliable level. So not to allude to the motor that's going in this thing, we want that same thing out of this. So a nice crisp shift, the reliability. This will hold 4-digit power all day long. So that motor probably running 6, 7. Just the car it's going in, drivable in the street. This thing doesn't need to be too insane. But you know, you shoot for it to be overbuilt, so in the future, if we want to go bigger with it, this is already in there.
This gives you a great indication of just how special this build is going to be with parts like this going in. This wouldn't go in an average build or in an average 600-700 horsepower car, but the overbuild aspect is really what's going to make this Volvo stand out. If you guys haven't guessed by now, the Volvo 242 is going to be getting a 2J Z swap, specifically this 2J right here. It is fully built up. I don't want to get into the specs in this video, but we are going to be mocking it up in the car pretty soon, and then we can do a full breakdown on what's been done to this already. Right now, Jeffrey's going to shift his attention over to those frame rails on the car, so that's probably what the whole next episode is going to be about. That's really exciting because that's going to button up the rear end, and then we can move over to the front of the car. If you guys are enjoying this video, please like it, subscribe to the page, stay tuned for the next one.